G'day guys and welcome back to episode 15 of Gunning for Glory. I'm Rosini16, and on our previous episode we had an alright couple of games. We did manage to get Monreal as our player for the episode. We are probably going to play him in the central defensive position as we were having a lot of trouble with Murdersack yesterday and really just want to avoid playing him at all costs. So that's what went down yesterday. Now we've got about nearly 7,000 coins, so end of this episode we should be able to buy someone pretty nice. So jumping into the squad, and I did all the fitness stuff at the end of last episode so we can pretty much jump straight into a game. Now I'm in a bit of a tricky spot at the moment. We pretty much need to win all of our games that we have left except for maybe one I think we are allowed to lose. Just because if not, we're not going to win the title. We'll still get promotion, but ideally I want to try and win the title so we can get all the max coins possible so we can get these more expensive players into the side. Jumping into the first game, guys, come up against this really nice 100 chem BPL side. Very strange in the way he done the layout of his team. Son playing striker out of position, obviously, and Maro's playing centre mid out of position as well. He's got a lot of nice players in there, in the likes of Ericsson and Lukaku, who I know can do a lot of damage. So we're going to jump into the highlights. It was a very easy game. I felt like he probably shouldn't have deserved to be in the division he was, or maybe the matchmaking put me up against someone in a lower division because it was just too easy. As you saw, I was very dominant straight from the get-go. I had about, 10 shots in this half, which you'll see at half-time. I was very dominant. I just couldn't really finish any of them, but once we got one in, we did get the others in pretty quickly after that, so it wasn't too much of a problem. We dominated the game. I didn't really at any point feel like I was under any pressure or that we were going to lose. We got a bit of luck in some of the goals that we got, but at the same time, I don't really think it was luck because we had a lot of shots that should have gone in that didn't. He somehow saved it, or I just hit the post or I went out wide, but once we started getting that first goal, they all kind of just domino effect started going in. I think I got 3 in like 5 or 6 minutes, but once we broke the mentality of him, he was quite easy to manipulate into certain positions and easy to run around to get the goals. And just like in previous episodes, our midfielders are doing all the work. Flamini and I want to say Rajitsky both got on the score sheet, and as you can see at halftime, very dominant, nearly 60% possession, 4 more shots, and look at his pass accuracy. We're just all over him. Going into the second half, I did have a pretty confident outlook on the game, and it wasn't too stressed at any point that I was going to lose it. So I did try to have a bit of fun with the team and just try and get some really nice goals, or just try and get goals with unexpected people and just testing out the team to see what they can do. But we did manage to get a really nice goal from a free kick with Walcott there. Wish his first volley went in, but it didn't. But then it goes to a free kick for him, and he nails it in with Ericsson as well. Ericsson being a really good free kick taker in real life as well as in the game. He absolutely banged that top corner. It was a beautiful goal. Other than that, that brings this game to an end. It did end 4-1. We did get the win, which does give us 3 more points, which is good because we need any points we can get at this point. He brings the stat sheet back a little bit more even, but we're still dominant for the most part, and there wasn't really any threat of him actually getting in front, because otherwise I would have maybe started playing properly in the second half rather than just mucking around like I felt like I was a little bit. But good game. We get a win straight up, which is what we want. So we're just going to head back to the main screen, make sure the team's all good, and we're going to jump straight into that second game. It was a nice easy game to start with. Let's hope this second one follows in the same fashion. It's nice and easy. I did have to do a few adjustments to the team to try and get the fitness good, but now that we've got more Arsenal players on the bench, it's not so much of a worry because we still end up with a full Arsenal side except one player, which is absolutely marvellous. But we're going to jump into this second game, and we do come up against another really nice opponent. His team is 100 chemistry, and it is a Barclays Premier League side, a very overpowered side. Players you wouldn't normally get, but once you use them, you realise how actually good they are. A few players out of position like Zabaleta and that, but it'll be a good game. I'm kind of fearing that Juve up front because I know he is underrated in this game like crazy. But we're going to jump into the highlights, and hopefully we can get a 2 out of 2 wins for this episode. Now, our opponent for this game was much better than the guy from the previous match. I've had a lot of those lately where the first game's easy, or one of the games is easy and the other one's really tough. Now, we did go 1-0 down to a nice shot from Diouf, but at the same time, we were being very lousy in defence for the first 30 minutes of this game, and that does enable him to actually get a 2-goal cushion as he gets this really nice goal again here with Diouf. But at the same time, I was quite annoyed because I felt like it's stuff that could have been stopped easily because of my crappy defending. I was very all over the shop, diving into stupid tackles. Also, apologies for the lag we just had there. Not sure if his connection was all that good, but he lobs it over and gets a nice header. Good goal nonetheless. Don't want to take anything away from him. He was a very good player and he really put the pressure on, especially after last game. I just wanted to get one goal before half time to try and put us into this contest come second half, and we do get this nice break on through goal with a really nice finish, which does actually put us on only a goal down going into the second half. And I felt myself getting a lot more control of the game and figuring out how to defend against him. So I felt going into the second half, I was pretty confident we could come back into this game and maybe even win it. But we were just about to pop into half time. You'll see by the stats, he was dominating me. He was a good player nonetheless. And the stats are going to say just that. He was all over me. He was very in control until about the last 10 minutes when I started to adjust to how he was playing. But it was a good match, kind of boring. He had a boring tactic way of playing. He always just played it to Juve or Remy and tried to pace it around the wings and lob it in. But once I figured out how to stop him, it wasn't all that difficult, except I do make a slip up in the second half, which you will see. But I was fairly confident at this point that we would either draw or win because I figured out what it was that he couldn't really defend against, but at the same time I kept stuffing up. He kept getting these absolutely beautiful through balls and runs on goal. Brought the keeper out too far and he just curves it around. I'm never going to be able to stop it. Juve picks up his hat-trick, and a well-deserved hat-trick, because he was absolutely doing me over in this game. He's an absolutely marvellous player. For going for discard price on the transfer market is pretty impressive. As I said, I probably mucked around with the ball too much, trying to be too fiddly and whatnot, but the bonus of that is he did take me down in the box not too long later because of me doing all the fiddly tricks rather than just shooting. Coming to penalties, we're always consistent with these. I do smash it top right and he doesn't save it. They're pretty easy, these penalties this year. I'm pretty sure I know how to place it pretty well, but I don't know if this guy rage quit or whether his connection just dropped out. He was fairly laggy all game, but he did quit. We were losing, so at the point in time, that match pretty much doesn't count. We still got 4 games and we need 3 wins or 2 wins and 2 draws. So I didn't bother recording another video because that had enough highlights in it, and it was 60 odd minutes of play. So that'll be enough for this episode. Probably should have lost there or got a draw or whatever, but we'll never know because the game couldn't finish because his internet conked out. But oh well. Our player for this episode is going to be Jack Wilshere. I was going to try and pick someone in the likes of Santi Cazorla or Koscielny, but that'll have to be something we do later on when we finish another division and get that extra coin boost, because I'm just like a little bit short, like 1,000 or 2,000, but we pick him up for $1,000 with 30 contracts on him, which is absolutely marvellous, so we don't have to worry about that for a while. But that is going to draw this episode to a close. I'm just going to obviously touch up the team in the background and chuck in Wilshere. And this team's starting to really take shape, so I'm really excited for what the future does hold for this series. So that is going to complete today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and of course there'll be another one tomorrow, as this is a daily thing. So thanks very much for coming along and watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the afternoons. Thanks very much.